Hello, and welcome back to Self-Critical, where a group of agoraphobic friends come together to RP actually going outside. I'm your humble dungeon master, Andy Purcell, and once again, this is our hapless heroes. Say hello again, hapless heroes.
Hello, hapless heroes.
We left off at a really juicy spot right there by the river last time. I think we're just gonna dive right in.
Yeah.
So, in this moment, right, I believe only one of you managed to see a little something off to the side. Not that important. We'll get back to that, right? The distraction at hand, right? Those of you who are looking, it's not that hard to see if you're looking. A little gnome, female, half covered in bright, sprinkly purple custard now. You don't remember any sprinkles on it before. Almost clumsily, joyfully bumps into him, gets half of his leg covered in custard, and he is shuffling around oddly,
kicking.
and she is just befuddling, like, oh, excuse me, sorry, come look out, hold up, and then kind of splashes into the water. And, oh man. Oh, wow, that custard is crazy. Am I right? As she begins striking up a conversation with Mr. Witch. What would you guys like to do?
With a dagger.
Wait.
Sportsman comes with a dagger.
With that, I would take that moment to kind of sneak up kind of quietly so that way grass isn't rustling too much.
You can fly.
You can.
Oh, yeah, that's right, I can
if
fly.
you choose.
I forgot with the wings, they didn't ruin my flight capability. So,
Right.
yes, I will gently flutter above the ground,
Okay.
getting behind Mr. Witch, and trying to figure out where his pocket watch is attached to his belt loop, and take the knife from my explorer's pack and try to cut his belt loop to try to get the pocket watch off. Before I do that, though,
Alright.
I will cast guidance on myself, and for this roll, I will use that 1d4 of inspiration I have as well.
Beautiful. Give it to him.
All right.
Give it to me, baby.
Do I get advantage? Yes, no. And this is a stealth or sleight of hand.
Well, you know, you
It's a
got a
sleight of
lot
hand.
going on. Let's see what the dice say. What you
I
got?
was going to say, because you kind of
That's a 2 on the dice.
Okay.
Because you got
That's a 1.
somebody helping, technically.
That's a 2.
And
5 in total.
Can I try to assist by going to
No.
for that kid?
Yeah, there's no way you can assist him by helping a drowning child in this moment.
Well, technically we're being assisted
5
by
in
the,
total.
by the girl.
But with the invisibility and him being distracted, I'm not sure
See,
if I get
the
advantage.
thing about this, right? Being invisibility, I really want to give you advantage. However, the sleight of hand check is dexterity based,
Yeah.
not vision based. Right? It's very unfortunate.
Well, stealth is dexterity
So-
too.
Yes.
End of the day,
Yes,
You still have to roll
but
stealth?
Sleight of hand.
5 in total.
Right. 5 in total.
But isn't her bumping into him and stuff like that?
I told
gonna
y'all I
jostle?
wasn't the one to do this.
You
even though I have the highest stealth.
You
and sleight of
literally
hand.
said, I'm the guy that can do this.
So, what everyone else sees,
Can I give you my DM's inspiration?
what everyone else sees is amongst the kerfuffle, as Eliwick finally splashes the last bit of custard off her face and gets it out of her hair, and then prestidigitations it back very casually, back
Take
to
your
being nice
dice
and clean
out.
again.
Take your dice out.
You
Just
see
use one
Mr.
dice.
Witch in his best attempt to slightly kick a little bit of this custard off, but then in accepting that this exchange has happened, straight into his back to begin to, as something bumps into the back of him and he tumbles right into the river
Take your dice
with a
out.
5. You give me a perception check.
Me?
Yes. In your proximity, I will
Take
give you
your
advantage.
dice out.
In your proximity,
It
I
does
will give
have
you
if you take them
advantage.
out.
Every time you bump into your dice, you ruin yourself.
That's an 18 plus
Wow.
22.
Give me one more, just in case.
7.
Okay, yeah. You always take the highest, so it's fine. You could not get the cord, right? The reason why is because in the action, you needed it to have the tension to cut quickly. When you went to do it, there was no tension behind it. The watch is not there. That's what threw you off balance. But now he's in the river, and you did not technically attack this man, so you are still invisible. But you are right above him in the water. What would you like to do?
I am going to go into the water and try to grab him and bring him up. So that way he's not drowning.
You like this? Why are you like this?
I mean,
Why are you like this?
You are invisible. No one knows you're there.
I was gonna say.
Why are you
I
like
think-
all right, I'll just run away. Run away back to the tent. Because
Okay.
there's nothing else I can do there.
No one knows any actions you have made up until this point. So we're just going to cut away as you all see. I'm going to start with you. You see you see a gnome, bard, clumsily step into the water, covered in custard, and then you see Mr. Witch eat it right into that lake, that river. Is there anything you'd like to do in this moment, or do you just want to kind of hang out?
I'm just gonna kind of hang out still.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to do in this moment?
I'm gonna come out from my little spot, go over there and kind of help pick Mr. Witch up out of the water.
I will remind the group that there was only one of you that saw a child.
Right, that's why I'm
drown.
about to.
How about we get the child first?
He's on the way to the child. I mean, where's the child at?
I'm telling you, the child is
The
probably
other direction.
Oh, well then I'm going for the
the
child.
child. The child's been drowning a lot longer than Mr.
I didn't know about the child, so I can't.
Not you. I'm talking about him.
I thought the child was like close to
Nowhere
to-
near
No.
proximity to
Okay,
them.
then I'm going after child.
Yeah. Okay. So, give me a what would we say would be for swimming? Probably
That's
an
athletics.
Athletics.
Give me an athletics check. Do you want to be stealthy about this, or do you want to just get on into that water? A child's life may be at stake.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get there.
All
and get
right,
that
yeah,
child.
okay. Give me an athletics check.
All right, where's that?
Hey, don't you?
Not good. Athletics 6.
Yes. 6. Thankfully, it's not that swift of a current. It is a lazy river, magically created there. You can't swim there that fast because you realize that it's only like 10 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. So you try to like get to the bottom and do like the push thing, and it's not really working for you two yet. But give me a perception check at disadvantage because you're underwater to try to spot this kid.
Oh man! Instead of a 20, I get 13, 12.
With a 12, I'll give that you can see a flailing in a disruption in a general direction that you know he would be at.
Mm-hmm.
But with an athletics of 6, it's gonna take your whole turn to kind of like get over there. It's not that far, right? It's only a 20-foot wide river.
Mm-hmm.
You can go pretty quick, but with that low over athletics, it's gonna take your whole turn. You can kind of get there to the kid.
Where's the mermaid?
Exactly. Where's the mermaid? Right? With a 12, who knows? Right? But we're going to cut to that. Stone, you're buggering out. You just sort of start showing up kind of in the area, and you notice where Mr. Witch should be. You see someone crawling out of a river. And you see a kind of familiar gnome bard climbing out of the river as well. And just slapping him on the leg and just laughing her little tushy off, having a good old time. Is there anything you would like to do?
No.
You're still invisible. Okay, so
I don't
you
know-
don't.
I
you
don't know about the
what
kid.
anything is going on. You
I
have
just-
no clue. Exactly.
I just see a midget laughing and
Okay.
some guy dancing or trying to get out of the water.
Okay. Yeah. So. With that, then, like we'll say that a little
for
bit of time
initiative.
rolls by. Mr. Witch tries to clean himself off, right? And as soon as he does, he stiffens up for a second. He reaches for his pocket watch. And he pulls out what appears to be his pocket watch, attached to a chain. Puts it back.
Mm.
He's got an interdimensional hole.
He
Yeah.
seems to step away after a little bit of time.
And I do see this.
We cut back to you. You do see him doing this. As we're coming, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna follow him back to wherever he's going.
Okay. You are still invisible.
Mhm.
You begin following him back to where he's going. You are under the water. I want you to give me another athletics check to try to get this child up out of the water.
Don't you have?
Oh yeah, 19.
With a 19, yeah, I'm going to give that you definitely get this kid. You managed to heft him up. He's 12 years old. He's flailing. You get him back up to the top. You're
Is
in the
he a fat
middle
kid?
of
Is he
a
a
river.
skinny kid?
He's kind of scrawny. You're in the middle of the river. Which side do you want to take him to? The inside or the outside?
Take him back to the outside
Okay.
because he was coming across from that way.
As you do, he begins to protest loudly.
I asked him, I said, why do you want in? Because you almost died and they catch you here. It's not going to be good for you.
But it's so fun. It looks so fun.
You need to go home and get some rest.
No.
Listen, you ain't got much choice in this
Look, I
matter.
just want to go. I just want to go in.
What if you come in? You gonna get a ticket? If I give you the money,
Yeah.
how about I take you to get that ticket?
He is so. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, sure thing, mister. Thanks, by the way. I totally had that.
Sure you did. You're doing a good job. Doing a good job. All right, we'll head off to go get this kid a ticket.
Do you take him to the outside of the river to do that and to come in, or to the inside of the river to go to the ticket booth?
Take him and told him, said, listen, we got to come in through the front for it to be legit for you, or they're gonna get you.
Okay. So what is
we're
your
gonna
choice?
We're gonna go outside.
You're gonna go outside. Okay, so
Out and around.
Dahlberg goes to do that. He never seems to really come back from that scene that you guys never really noticed happening anyway. I'm sure he'll check in at some point. Two people are invisible. Nobody really knows where everyone is at the moment. You know, just generally
Just
you're
start going back
you're gonna
towards the
come back
tent.
together at some point.
Mhm.
Right? So we're going to say for a little bit that you're just strolling around, chatting up this little kid if you want to, on your way to the ticket booth. A little bit of time has gone by. The mermaid makes her way back over, seemingly having been distracted, not noticing the child with her unfortunate rolls. Comes back to you. Is there anything else you need me to do? Like, did I mess up? Are you okay?
I want to know what distracted her from not seeing that kid fall in the water.
It was very obvious what distracted was there. There was a lot of splashing. Mr. Witch himself fell into the river. Her boss fell into the river.
Do I help him?
I help her all focus was on him not drowning in her eyes. She was a little distracted.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you didn't see the kid fall in the river first either.
You didn't see the kid fall into the river. You saw Mr. Witch fall into the river, though.
True.
You saw a gnome and Mr. Witch fall into the river. So, you don't know. Mr. Witch seemed to be doing fine. He straightened up his posture and everything. And it's just like as if he just dumped it for no reason. As almost he was just thrusted in by accident of his own posture. Is there anywhere you'd like to go, or go back to like the general like meetup spot like afterwards? Like it's kind of okay.
I'll
So
go
you
to the meetup spot.
kind of start making your way back. Okay.
I'm already there. I'm gonna go
You're
over.
you
Because I didn't see him. I didn't know
you
what's
see Delana begin walking up. She doesn't see you because you're still invisible. You are helping the child come around towards the ticket booth. You are invisible.
Following Mr. Witch.
You are following Mr. Witch.
You better see
He
Mr.
seems
Winkies.
wet, slightly distraught. Now, a simple prestidigitation is not enough for him. With the level of discomfort his clothing has received. So he is going back to the staff area to change. Or at least he's going, as far as you know, he's going back to the staff area, probably to change. A few comments that he's muttering to himself may imply that. Would you... he gets up to the wall of thorns. You are invisible.
And you can fly.
Waves. He doesn't even have to wave a hand. It just opens in his presence. He begins walking through. Do
Got it.
you choose to follow?
I am going to follow him in.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
17.
With the 17, you very easily flutter through, or at your own choice, being a fairy, could just go over the wall. But the door is right there in front of you.
I want to keep him in eyesight.
You keep him in eyesight. He goes off to the entrance. Thaco immediately just acknowledges his presence. He doesn't stiffen his posture or stand up. He just makes eye contact and continues. Just looks around the area to just make sure that everything's good because now the boss man is here. What'd you roll again?
17.
Oh, okay. Right. So he's just looking around because now the boss man's here, and you see Mr. Witch go into his wagon. He closes the door behind him.
I was going to say something.
What would you like to do?
As
You've seen the inside of this wagon. You know it's not that big.
As Thaco was standing up, I was going to try to stay far enough away from Mr. Witch and Thaco. That way I could cast guidance because it is verbal.
Okay.
Cast it on myself and
Okay.
try to stealthily fly through that door before it gets closed. I am a pixie. I'm small. I can probably squeeze behind him.
Into the
wagon.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for this one. I'm gonna give you DM's inspiration for this one. This is some bold shit.
You about to see
You're
some
gonna get
stuff.
you about to see some stuff. You're gonna get guidance. You're gonna get that
Yeah.
inspiration. All right. So you give me that roll. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right.
Better make it.
Advantage.
You beat this 15. You better meet or beat this 15.
Or
Hey,
DM.
Advantage. You
I get
better roll
advantage.
again.
Give me another dice. Give me another dice.
That one just plopped.
8 plus 1 plus the DM's inspiration is a D4.
No. Inspiration was
That's
you
the-
rolling a second time.
Okay.
Oh.
No, wait. You get advantage on the stealth, so you know what? I'll give you a D8 DM inspiration. You
So-
roll a D8. You roll
So
a
it's
D8.
a 1 plus 8. Maybe 2.
Plus your stats.
Okay, so
What is he? Is it stealth?
Plus 1,
It-
11.
yes, it was a
8.
stealth check. Meet or beat 15.
8
Eight.
plus 4,
It's
Okay.
12.
12.
Plus 2. Plus 1. 15.
15.
Okay. All right. All right.
Shitting yourself.
Okay. We it was a journey, but we made it.
breathe.
I have the highest stealth of the party.
This man, Mr. Witch,
But has to be helped the whole way through.
is not a man to take time or dilly-dally. He is not going to meander in the threshold of his own doorway for long. This door is not open for long. And during that time, there is not much time where his physical body is not filling the presence of this doorway. But your invisible fairy ass gets enough momentum going that at the end your wings tuck in and you dive. And with a 15, there's just you just impact ever so lightly into the mountain of clothing to just muffle all sound. And at the moment you're just sort of just hidden amongst clothing on Mr. Light's bed, invisible, motionless, and you see the door immediately right behind you close.
That was a close one.
Mr. Witch begins undressing.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I know
Take 11
How
points of
closely
cycle.
you want to watch this?
I'm not really watching that closely.
Wait,
I'm just seeing
Wait,
if
is your character female or
male.
male? Oh, well, you better find this watch. You've already messed it up once, so you better start looking.
So
You're gonna have to peek.
You're gonna have to watch it.
yes, I'm gonna have to watch it. Basically, if he ever gets to the point where he starts emptying out his pockets, like taking the watch off, putting it on the counter, or just dropping his clothes to get new clothes, that's gonna be my moment to go and grab the pocket watch. So yes, I will be having to take a peek, but I'm trying to get the pocket watch.
Okay.
Remember,
You
this is what he
watch.
looks like.
This is what this man
Yeah.
looks like right here.
Yeah,
Not
show
the
the
happy
camera.
one.
Show the
Not
camera.
the happy one. Right there.
Enjoy the shows.
And this
This man probably
and this like 2.5 foot gothic fairy is just watching all this.
Right.
I feel
So
like Kevin Hart up against Michael Jordan.
you're not even gonna need a perception check for the first part. He begins undressing. He takes off his hat. He unbuttons his vest. He begins to reach. He gets his coat off. Right. He kicks his shoes off. He goes for the pocket watch. He pulls it out. Clicks it open. Closes it, clicks it open, shakes it.
Oh no, the water.
No,
It's not
Uh,
watch.
Ellie.
Goes to cast a little spell on
Everyone's
it.
got to watch like I've been telling you.
See, he hurriedly puts it down, decides to start changing. It's on the counter. He turns his back to begin changing.
I'm grabbing it, and I'm using guidance on myself before I do.
Okay.
Not that one.
13. No, that's a 15. So 19 already plus 2, 21.
Okay.
So,
You quickly move out from underneath the clothing, kick off from this box that was under there for some reason. Didn't make any noise. It didn't seem like there was anything inside of it.
throw up the tiara.
That was up on top of the clothing. You didn't put it in, so it didn't jangle. You kick off. You go straight to the watch, Mister. This is a cramped area. He is right here. Okay, there is cheek. There is a lot of cake going on that you are avoiding looking at.
It's pretty marbled.
There's clothing being shifted around by ankles. You have a watch in your hand. Give me a perception check.
So 19 plus 4, so
23.
Good Lord. Yeah. With a 23, the watch seems, it looks like the watch. It just seems waterlogged. It doesn't seem exactly right though. It obviously seems concerning to Mr. Witch. In all other essences, it seems to be his watch. It just doesn't seem to be working correctly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stash it in my pocket and look around, see if there's like an open window or something.
Yeah, you turn, and as you're trying to not look at, you're trying to look at cracks in windows.
Not cracks them in.
So you scan, and you happen to see, because no one closed the window behind them on the way out, there happens to be a still slightly open half window over by Mr. Light's bed.
I'm just gonna wait for him to leave, and as soon as he leaves, I'm opening up that window gently.
You're small
and
enough to get out. I was small enough to get in. I'm
I-
shorter than you.
It's already open.
Oh, you said it was open. I thought it was half.
Yeah,
It's slightly open.
It's-
It's not like a full window. It's like a half pane, kind of like what you would see in a bathroom.
If it's
kind
big
of
enough
deal.
for me to get through, you can get it.
Yeah,
Oh.
if the
And you
if
don't
the
wanna be around
half
when
of
he realizes that
Genasi
watch
could
is
get
gone.
through, a fairy
Yeah.
could get through, I will allow you the same. If you want to wait, that is great. No roll needed.
A lot more
Time
stirping
may
action.
be of essence. Right? Time may be the factor that you can't control. If you want to go now, there will be a roll.
I'm booking it for the window, and not
You
casting.
you are invisible, so you get this stealth check with advantage.
Nat 20.
With a nat 20, describe how you leave.
So basically, as I grab the pocket watch, I put it into my pocket, kind of like, okay, I got it now. Look, see the window, covering my eyes before gently fluttering off the ground, hopefully not causing too much wind, flying over to it and squeezing my body and folding up my wings to kind of sneak out before taking off above the staff area. And once I finally get out of there, shaking my head, catching my breath before finally heading back to the meeting spot at the tent.
As you are doing this, with that nat 20, you easily avoid the occasional trail of bubbles that was coming from the pipe that Thaco was blowing. That seemed to just be around. You daftly move around one that could have been an issue if he was flying above this wagon. You very easily flutter away, waterlogged pocket watch in hand. Shortly thereafter, you all seem to end up back in the same area, near that tent by the mystery mine. Screams of absolute terror emanating from it. What would you like to do?
Wait, where?
The
The
mystery-
meet
The
spot.
mystery man.
Oh,
At one point, some of you, in waiting for everyone to show up, did see a cleric come to help someone who was unconscious and leaving the mine.
Okay,
well,
so
get everybody into the tent. I go, did everybody get me? Did we get what we need to done?
did you drop invisibility on us?
I
I mean,
will-
you can drop it whenever you
You
want
may
to.
drop it. No, what? Yeah, you may choose to drop it, or he will drop it for both of you.
Yeah, as soon as I land and get inside the tent, that's when I'll drop it.
Okay.
Just drop.
Does anyone want to do anything about the big gaping hole on the side that the gnomes tumbled through before? I'm pretty sure if you want to address it, it can easily be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that probably would have been done the first time we got to the meal spot.
Well, that's what we were doing before
You know what?
he got here.
How about this? Yeah, nobody came by to fix that hole. Because nobody seems to have checked on this tent for some reason.
Well,
Did everybody do
It's
what
not
they need
like
to?
it seems like it's a problem. I'm just addressing that there will be a, it's not.
How big is the
Yeah.
hole? I mean, is it
It
big,
was
huge
enough for
rift?
5 gnomes to have tumbled through from a ball,
Yeah.
So you probably just move some boxes,
Yeah.
unless you want to take like a moment and just kind of roughly.
We'll say
I'm not
we-
gonna say.
We'll say
I'm
we
not
did
gonna
that
put too
before
much
he
trouble
got.
into it, right?
We'll say we did that before he got there.
So you get that together. What what you like to do very briefly, very quickly before we finish
Well,
this up.
There were some issues, but I did manage to get the watch.
Anything else, guys?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, so
Fly.
you make it over to the front.
Yeah.
You pay for the ticket. The
Yeah.
goblin is there. He gives the kid the ticket. The kid immediately takes off. The goblin sees the kid leave. He sees you. Goes back in. And with that, is there anything else anybody wants to add to this moment? So we are going to finish up here and talk about any successes and or possible failures, who knows, that could have happened as the group comes together after this wonderful little event. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.